Greetings all. I have a very important announcement if you can't tell. I have just reached my 9-year mark for being stroke free. Yay for Rainbow. Okay, so I had this really dope hat, but it's gone now. It's a little animated hat. It was so dope, but it's all right. We still can celebrate. I just finished watching this movie called Insidious, so I'm kind of freaked out by seeing certain stuff. But on some real ish though, I really want to talk about being, well, not being, but well, yeah, being stroke free. That's major for me. Like you heard correctly, I am currently 29. I had my stroke at 20, and one thing I need you to know and understand is that a stroke isn't necessarily all about the heart. The stroke, or a stroke rather, is a brain injury. I was affected on my left side. This is my left side. I'm about to make it real for y'all. This is my left side, and this is my right side. This is the reality of my right side. This is how my body moves on the right side. And this is how my body moves on the left side. You know, it's kind of slow. And, you know, Akila likes to make fun of me because I only type with one hand. But this is why, because I get frustrated because I'm used to this and I'm getting this on the left side. And I don't feel bad about that. I've come a very long way from not being able to walk or talk. I had to learn how to walk and talk. Not completely all over again, but seeing as how I used to walk on my toes because I love to dance. Both arches in my feet have fallen, which was a very painful process. I don't even wish that on my worst enemy. Also, just life changed, man. Like it was so strange. In one of my first vlogs about my stroke, I talk about the poem is called Sunday, April 21st, 2002. I'm sorry, my memory is not there. But in the poem, I talk about having the motivation to take my next breath, even though I thought I was moving my whole body and only to look over and realize I wasn't. That is very true. I was in the hospital, and one of the exercises my doctor had me do was he said, wave your hands in the air, both of them. And I'm up in the bed going like this, and I'm thinking I got both my hands moving. I was like, wait a minute, how come I don't see my other side rolling with me? You know what I'm saying? So I look over my way, because I mean, it's a trip. It's a brain trip, son. I wasn't moving both hands. I had to learn how to move my left side all over again. Like, a lot has changed. I do want to tell you about the symptoms of my stroke and knowing that my stroke was coming, but not really paying attention to the signs. My fingertips were going numb, and like I would literally be going like this some nights, like trying to poke it and see if I could feel anything because I couldn't feel my fingertips. And you know, I knew it was crazy and it wasn't right and I should go to the doctor, but I kept putting it off even when my left leg started hyperextending. So imagine this is the knee. When you walk, my knee would not lock, so my whole leg would go all the way back. So imagine that's the knee. And when I'm walking, instead of locking when I put my leg down, my whole knee would give out and go all the way back. And that was on my left side. And still didn't go to the doctor. I've always been very sickly, so I wasn't really into going to doctors, because when you go to the last thing that I went to the doctor for, which was some reproductive issues, they told me they couldn't find my, and I was young too, so I was only 20. One of the last issues I was having before my stroke was some reproductive health issues, And I told my doctor, and she said, well, I can't find your file. Can you come back later? And I'm thinking, well, fudge. I just, took off work to make this doctor's appointment. And, this is a serious issue. And you're telling me, and that was Kaiser Permanente, by the way. Kaiser Permanente told me that to come back because they couldn't find my file. Now, I've never heard of such foolishness, but perhaps they've changed their procedures. I don't know, but going back to having the stroke, once I had the stroke, I had to learn how to walk and talk again. And as a poet, talking was very, very major. But I had serious stage fright, so I didn't want to get back on the stage. Also, I was very aware of my lisp. So I took speech class in college, and our last lesson, jeez, I can't get the words out. Our last assignment, for me it was a lesson. Our last assignment was to write our eulogy. And seeing as how I was still rehabilitating from a stroke and trying my hardest to live, I couldn't talk about death. So I wrote this poem, and it was the catalyst to get me back on the stage. And it's called Eulogy. Oh, there goes my celebratory hat. See? Right on time. Right on time. Ask and you shall receive. How you doing? And see, that boo popped right back off because I was moving too fast. That's my little animated hat. That was my celebratory hat. Yay! For the comeback for the hat. But okay, back to Eulogy. This is actually, I was about to get into it, but this is actually, this has never been released. I do have, I have this recorded, but it's not the original. This is the original, so it'll be on YouTube. Life has never left me. I remain with these spiritually. I'm like 360 degrees. You can't get rid of me. Lyrically, I sting like a bee. If you can't see me, I be eclipsing with the sun and the moon as a butterfly that retreated to her cocoon. The reincarnation of evolution. My breath is the solution. You want to know what I did? Open up your lips. Ask the right questions. I am poetry in motion. My mind never stops thinking. My eyes may not blinking, but trust, I ain't never sleeping. Demons invade my dreams on the daily, so while my body is resting, my brain is fighting the war inside my head. Armageddon, up against the wall, your arms and legs, spread them. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. The reality is, we are all fools. Use God's tools to tear each other down, create frowns, condemn each other's actions, create negative reactions at the fraction of less than half a second, never taking the time to look at our own reflection, trying to step in everybody else's shoes, only to fall in their shadows. At the end, this poem comes to blows like World Trade Center bombs, because it's the terrorist that makes you think. Sit back, tap your pen, because I ain't done. I am the light that shone on your world and the darkness that fell upon your thoughts. Made you assault weapons when you already own the best one, your lips and tongue. That's communication, y'all. Eulogy. And I'm going to just leave it like that. If you have any more questions about strokes or anything like that, feel free to hit me up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. And if I don't have the answer, I'll find the answer for you. If you know someone who's had a stroke, the biggest message that I can send to you is that it is a brain injury, and their brain is very sensitive right now. They don't know what the hell is going on, trust me. Because I damn sure didn't know nothing for like the first 2.5 years, I promise you. But just love on them. That's all they need. Love on them. And treat them like they're normal. That's the best thing my family did. They didn't let me forget that I'm still rainbow soul poet. Government, you ain't getting it. Love ya.